Good morning, guys. So, I wanted to make a little video of an update of what I've been up to since the beginning of January 2023 to now. It is 15th of March 2023. So basically what I'm going to be talking about is my knee plus judo journey. So in the beginning of January, after I had a really good session in December, my knee has gotten significantly better. I can basically play the way I used to play prior to my knee injury, except this time because I had the time to slow down and really focus on the technique of judo, so that now when I'm back to 100% power, my judo is a lot better. And sometimes in a way I do thank the injury, because it really made me slow down a bit, because I used to be one of those ego guys where I'm just like, I didn't focus on technique, I just focused on power. But now I see how much of a difference that technique makes. And judo, like you guys know, I love it, and it's one of the things that it's kind of like it's something that I want to prove myself with, because you know how like people, and even I had this mindset that when you're young, when you're a kid and you start a martial art to get to black belt level, it takes so long. And a lot of people, and I think a lot of people get discouraged, especially when you're a lot older, that I'm never gonna get a black belt. It takes these kids like 5 to 10 years to get it, and I'm this old, am I ever gonna get it? Am I ever gonna get as good as these kids? And when kids learn from a young age, they have that development in muscle memory, and when you're a lot older, it's a little bit more difficult to adapt as quickly as kids. So I'm not gonna lie, I had that mindset too, but I also wanted to prove myself that despite any age that you do start taking a martial art, that Hunter, go inside, go. Sorry. That it doesn't matter how old you are, if you have the dedication, you put in the time, if you put in the effort, if you really want to hone your craft and get really good at something, if it's important enough, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can do it. So what ended up happening was I kept quiet, because I like to keep quiet with my goals until it's manifested, because for me it feels like when I keep it quiet, all that focus, all that attention goes into it. So when that actually manifests, it manifests in a perfect, beautiful way. So I'm going to show you some clips of my brown belt test.
เดนลิฟต์เมื่อวานทำเดนลิฟต์มา
วันนี้พลังระเบิดมันเยอะ
เมื่อวานทำเดนลิฟต์มา
ยกเป็นนุ่มเลยเรียบร้อย
ดีไอ้พัทรพรอย่าไปเล่นพื้นเขา
โต
ได้ล็อกดิ
โดนแน่โดน
ดูพ่อปากหรือเปล่าดูพ่อได้
Oh, I did forget to tell you that in Thailand, the judo system, it doesn't matter if you're trans, you can still play, but you need to compete in the same birth gender that you're born with. So I was forced to compete, well, not forced, but I mean like I have to compete with other girls, which at first, I had the giant ego mindset that like, dude, I'm stronger than these girls. I'm physically stronger. I deadlift 140. I can squat 110. I can beat these girls easy, until I actually had my competition last year. It doesn't matter how strong you are, how big you are. Judo is a sport where size doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter. Girls are kicking guys' ass. Black belt girls are disgustingly amazing, and I mean that in the best way possible. And I learned that lesson the hard way. Like, these girls are out to kill people. Like, they can beat the living out of, they can beat guys up. And I've seen this firsthand, like a lot of girls beating all the black belt guys in my gym. And it's the same concept with this. I mean, this is why I love judo. It's a sport that it doesn't matter what gender, it doesn't matter what size, tall, small, heavy, light, anyone can beat anyone. So the requirements here for a brown belt test is you gotta beat 5 people in a row, despite of your weight category. So it starts with the lowest weight to the highest weight. And so, for example, if the lowest weight wins, then it's the next weight, etc. So consequently, I'm trying to beat people who are heavier weight categories than me. It can be any weight jump. It can be up to 1 kg, 2 kg, even 10 kg, and that's what ended up happening in my situation. The first one I fought was I'm 57 kg, so the first one I fought was 50 kg. For me, that was easy. Obviously, I had the weight advantage. Next one is my good friend, also from my dojo, 60 kg. Next one, 63. Next one, 70. Next one, 73 kg. So, like I said, I am now officially a brown belt. I got it. I'm so proud of myself, and this was something to really prove myself that I could do it. In the beginning, the thing with you don't have to beat 5 people in a row on the day. If you don't, you can keep points. So you can keep collecting. So one person is 1 point. You can keep collecting 6 points throughout the year. And for me, my initial goal was I am just gonna collect points and keep accumulating throughout the year. But after I beat the 3rd person, I was like, I can actually do this. Like, I thought to myself, oh man, I can actually do this. But don't get me wrong, it was tiring as, oh my gosh, I was actually tired since the 3rd one. I wanted to die. But, all the strength training, all the training that I did, all the technical training, and I did very functional specific sport training just for judo as well. The explosiveness, everything, the hit training, and it really paid off, and I'm so happy. And those kids, they train. I know those kids because our gym went to collaborate with their gym, and I asked them how they train. Those kids are training 6 hours a day. They're training twice a day, 6 hours a day, 6 days a week. They have 1 day off. They live and breathe judo. And me, I am a corporate worker. I work Monday to Friday. I do judo twice a week, 2 hours per session, 4 hours a week. But it's specific quality training. And when I'm not doing judo, I'm doing strength training, I'm doing explosive training, I'm doing functional training, I'm running, I'm doing hit, I'm all that training just to support judo, because I know I don't have the means and the time to actually do judo. So I'm doing things to support it, and I think that's what makes the difference between me and those other people who are competing. It's just I don't have the time to train judo all the time, but what I do, and I think this is what a lot of people don't focus on, is the supporting aspect. Because in every sport as well, you see all sprinters, they're doing explosive weightlifting training, they're doing everything else on the side. I've really been watching my diet 2 weeks before the competition. I just really focused on quality food, and like I said, and it's not that those kids are wrong, it's not that those kids aren't training properly, it's just they're kids, or other people who are training. For me, I'm a lot older, I have more knowledge, I have more means. I know, and I'm very thankful for this. I'm grateful for this, that I have the knowledge, I have the means, I know how to train supportively for other sports. And especially with the injury, I had to train even more careful and more specific to some things. So yeah, I'm so glad that I have such a wonderful team, and I finally manifested my goal. And this was my goal for this year. My goal for this year was to get a brown belt. So right now, after getting brown belt level, what I really want to focus is just perfecting my craft, getting even better, you know, getting to black belt level within the next 2-3 years. And I want to enter as much competitions as I can this year. I want to work on my mental game. It's not only about physical. You know, if you don't have the mental strength, you're just gonna choke on competitions. Which is what happened to me last year. This was actually a big concern for me too, was my mental game. I actually went into it and I was quite nervous, but because I had a little bit of experience from competition last year, after the first person I beat, I actually calmed down completely and I was able to read the situation completely. It was pure intuition, pure muscle memory, pure instincts, and it was just, my mental game was so much better, and I'm super happy for that. So I'm sorry this was kind of a long story time, but I just really wanted to share that I am so happy. You can tell I keep touching this belt because I'm that happy. I'm just so happy that I got to this level, and this was just more of those story for those guys, for any of you guys, even if it's on your FTM journey or whatever. Go for what you want and always believe in it, because you can do anything and everything that you put your mind to if it's important enough. There's nothing in this world that's impossible. If it's important enough to you, you're gonna do anything and everything to get it. That's what manifesting is, okay? You have that one thought in your mind that you're gonna make it come true no matter what. A good example for it would be, I wanna eat this for lunch, I'm gonna go get it. That's how manifestation works. And I say this in all of my videos, and I tell you this all the time, that what I just said, that nothing is impossible. So I'm not gonna bore you with that speech again. So yeah. If you guys like this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one.